G'day viewers, it's Wednesday. Means it's time for WAINGAFAT Wednesday.
WAINGAFAT Wednesday, it's WAINGAFAT Wednesday, it's WAINGAFAT... Wow, this has got a tune, doesn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't need me.
Feel free to vote on which is your favourite tune. The Blordough created WAINGAFAT metal theme.
Pretty good.
Yes. Everyone always asks. Blordough, Blourdough.
It's very good.
Also records under Evade Immoral. He's bloody good. And he's also an animator. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Besides being a metal guy, he's an animator. He's fucking multi-talented. But anyway, but to the topic of today's video. And this, like some of the WAINGAFATs come from, often I ask, what should I do for WAINGAFAT? And people hit something on the head. But often as people have sent me things going, this is outrageous! How could this happen? And look at it and go, I couldn't give a fuck. And the one this week is front page that appeared on Murdoch tabloids in Australia. The Daily Telegraph in Sydney, Herald Sun in Melbourne. Because the Labor Federal Communications Minister
Stephen Conroy
has proposed some media reforms in the country.
He's a bit sexy though.
And it largely revolves around trying to stop the concentration of media ownership. Because it's like Murdoch owns somewhere in the region of 90%.
I don't see what the fuss is about.
No.
As long as they fucking keep up the pressure on the bitch and the boaties.
That is basically what we've got going on in the media here. And there's also the idea of...
But they're evil. They'll eat your children. And so will the boaties.
And the Murdochs. Is that who we're talking about?
No, they're fine, upstanding citizens who should have more minds.
Yeah. Well, and the other bit was the idea of an ombudsman, an independent referee of whether things are hunky-dory.
Pafif, pafaf. Ombudsman's not even a word.
Look, it doesn't sound like one, does it? What's
It
an
sounds like
ombud?
somebody was trying to have a bus make sex with a meditation exercise.
Okay, we all really needed that insight into AZ's brain, didn't we?
Ombudsman. Oh, somebody parked on the bus in my meditation. It spaffed everywhere.
So, the Murdoch News Limited press reaction to a government minister promoting some relatively modest policy changes within the purview of his portfolio was to say, he's up there with the worst dictators in history. They actually did that. Look, there's Conroy, and look, here's Stalin, Pol Pot, Mao, Robert Mugabe. Oh, he's as bad as all of them.
Yeah, he's bad. He's so bad.
What? And Conroy has said, and this is where I think he's actually made a mistake, he said the media reaction to his proposal couldn't be more hysterical. That's a challenge, Steve. That's to Murdoch News Limited Media saying you can't be more hysterical. They take that as a challenge. Look,
That's
true,
a challenge.
You could argue they might have shot their bolt by coming straight out of the gate with worse than Hitler.
But they didn't put Hitler in the picture lineup.
Which I'm trying to work out.
Saving him for later.
Is that the next step?
I think they're going to put up Hitler and Stalin again and Khrushchev and go that and not Gerald Ford but his boss Nixon. All right, and they're going to say which is more dishonest, Conroy, and then they're going to run around naked screaming it.
And as for can't be more hysterical, I mean, I've seen Fox News. They basically, this is how half of Fox News is. Hysterical people screaming, saying, be afraid! Be afraid! You know, and as for saying how bad Conroy is, you might think they can't go worse than worst dictators in the world. I think it's a matter of time till they accuse him of wanting to dig up Dame Elizabeth Murdoch's corpse in revenge and sodomise it.
More to the left. More to the left. I should have thought you wouldn't have had a problem with that.
You know, and people have said, but aren't you upset about the media doing this? Go, really? They've just highlighted how fucking stupid they are.
Soon they're going to get the front editorial staff, paint eyes on their tums and put their willies in front and then put a picture of Steve Conroy up and say, who's the biggest cock? What's so bad about media ownership?
I am now having trouble seeing the difference between 4chan and News Limited, quite honestly. It's just the amount of money is the only difference, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
The crazy, hysterical, shit-stirring trolling. And it's hysterical. You also get this Murdoch media, one of their pet things lately has been, the bad internet trolls. And the shit they print in their papers, the shit they say on their radio stations is fucking as bad as anything on 4chan.
That's true.
And it's got a lot less integrity.
I've seen something awful a couple of times and I go, it's not as bad as the newspapers we got.
I know. It's just like internet bad taste humour sites basically saying like, well, at least you're trying to be funny.
I know. They're giving it they've got a shot at something. So why is it a bad thing if 90% of all of the opinion is owned by one guy?
Yeah. One guy who hasn't even made the slightest, tiniest doubt of what his intentions basically to control the political discourse around the world. He's not even pretended. There's not even a charade that he's objective. You know, there's that running joke of saying Fox News is fair and balanced. And I think that's like a joke. The job interview for Fox News is if you can say fair and balanced with a straight face, you're in.
You're in. I can do it. Angry Aussie is fair and balanced. He's not. I've been gagged, ladies and gentlemen. I've been gagged. There's no free press at Angry Aussie. All I wanted to do Pope-holic, Pope-matic, Pope. And then the conclave starting, which means the key is claved. And it's a conspiracy, again from your Catholic Latin, meaning to breathe together. Mimicking the ideas of people going into a huddle to do something against AIDS. And I wanted to do that, but no, we're not doing that today. No, we're not allowed to WAINGAFAT the Pope because he's been bought off, I tell you, I'm going to be punished and you'd be surprised if you see me next week. You know why? Because I'm going to be found under a Vatican bridge with money, euros in my briefcase, just swinging. Yeah, that'll be what it's like because I was bad and I tried to bring you the truth with a capital truth, seeking truth. The curious divided and the hierarchy of the Catholic Church is under threat, and no, we're not allowed to do it and WAINGAFAT that. You know, because if they've got to recognise women and gays, well, what are they? Yeah, well, they're just the people in your neighbourhood. Bert and Ernie say so. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this breaking news is brought to you by AZ, but not Angry because he doesn't like it.
Okay, point A, stop scaring people with instances of you actually knowing stuff.
Okay.
Point B, the whole gag thing.
Yeah.
Personal request of yours, along with all those intricate Japanese knots you insisted on.
Oh, sometimes I had memory lapses.
Yeah, that would be the oxygen deprivation that causes that. But, you know, occupational hazard. But, just to round off, honestly, if you think News Limited, Murdoch Media are anything but a bad taste joke, then I seriously don't give a fuck about you.